In this video, I'm going to introduce you to a very cool model which is called as DiscoLM. DiscoLM 120 billion parameter model is an outcome of Disco research project. This DiscoLM 120 billion parameter is an experimental 120B model based on Alpindale's Goliath 120B. Alpindale's Goliath 120B is another very cool model which you can see on your screen, which is an autoregressive causal LM created by combining two fine-tuned Llama 2 70 billion into one. And then there's a lot of other information around it that you can read on their Hugging Face page, and I'll drop the link in video's description. But for this video, I'm focusing on this Disco LM model. It is still in its alpha, but the main thing is that this model is also merge of different Llama to 70 billion models. And then it was further fine-tuned on a data set of some of the most popular open source instruction sets. As I mentioned earlier, Disco 120B is a Disco research project and was trained by Beyond Cluster. This model was also trained with compute provided by Hessian AI, so I think a huge hats off to them that they have helped these researchers out to create this model. This is the Hugging Face page of this model where you can read more about Hessian AI and all the other stuff as what data sets they have used, what benchmarks they have used, and on all the benchmarks, the values. As you can see on the Vinogrand 5 short one, their value is quite high, which is very nice. And then there's a lot of other information on benchmarking. If you look at the data set, these are the data sets which were used for fine tuning this DiscoLM 120B. And most of them are pretty famous already, but the secret sauce lies in the mixing of creating this cocktail of large language models where from Slim Orca to Cynthia and from OpenHerms to Agent Instruct, they have thrown in all the data sets in the mix. And then there's a lot of other information about this Disco research, what exactly Disco research is, and then some of the acknowledgements. Anyway, but the next step, I'm going to show you how you can install this model on your local system, and the tool I'm going to use for this is called as LM Studio. If you don't know what LM Studio is, then I have another video on my channel and I'll drop the link in video's description where you can see how to install and play around with LM Studio. It's very easy, by the way. Anyway, in order to use LM Studio, launch it after installing, and then in this search box, just type DiscoLM. Once you will type DiscoLM, press enter, and it is going to show you a lot of options from blog and other people too, where you can download it. So if you scroll down, you can see a lot of files there. I'm downloading the lowest possible because it's a big model. It's a 120 billion parameter model. So smallest file which I found bit better is this around 62 GB. So make sure you have that much space in on your hard disk, and I'm using it on my local laptop with one GPU. I already started downloading it to save time, and as you can see that both it consists of multi-part files. So it is almost done 99%. And when you would click on this, it will ask you that it is going to download the multi-part file, and then it will combine it. So first it will download it, then it will merge these two files. So let's wait for it to finish. It will take a bit of a time. Both the models files have been downloaded, which is great. And you can see both are finished. Let me scroll down a little. Okay, it's done. Now on the left hand side, click on this folder icon, and then you can see that there's no file shown. So this is a bug in LM Studio. For this, you just have to close this from here and then reopen it. Let me do it quickly. I'm closing it and let me open it. I have reopened it and let me go to folder icon and you can see that now we have the file. Okay, it's a heavy system, so make sure that you have plenty of RAM and hard disk space. In order to use it, click on these three dots on the left, and then this is my previous one, so let me clear it, delete. On the middle, select this model to load. There you go. Now, it means that I don't have plenty of memory in my system, and that is why it is unable to load it. Anyway, so it means I would have to upgrade my system. Let me use the cloud system for it in order instead of my local laptop, and I will um, recreate it and show you quickly. Just give me a sec. Okay, guys, I have even created it in my AWS cloud by using G4D and 12x large instance, which have a really lot of grunt with very powerful NVIDIA GPU, but still I'm unable to even download the quantized Q3 version. So I'm not sure how much bigger system would I need, but unfortunately this can't be done even with these heavy systems. So I believe I would need some real P instances, but I don't have access to them and they're very expensive. So I won't be using them. But let me show you if you are able to use it somewhere or you have access to the hardware. This is the process to follow to install it and then to load it and then you can chat with it. And I can show you what you need to do in order to talk with this. So once you're here, let me quickly show you how to talk with this system. So this is the Hugging Face page from Block for the quantized version of this DiscoLM model, which I'm using, which is unable to load here. But anyway, let's suppose you have loaded. So how would you talk with it? So remember, this is a story writing assistant. So you can write any stories with it. This is how you need to use it. First, just ask it that you are a story writing assistant and then write a story about llamas or whatever you want to do. And this will work perfectly. Also, while we are here, let me show you how else you can use it. You can not only use it in LM Studio, you can even use it in LangChain by using these guides where you can use llama cpp plus python. Another good way of using is through the python code like this where you specify your model path and everything output and then you load the model in python and then you do the role play with these prompt template. So pretty cool. I wish I would be able to show you working, but I don't have the hardware as I mentioned earlier. But still, a really good project. I really like it, and I will keep trying. If I could find any other way of running it, I will definitely show you, and I will drop the link to it in this video's description, as if that's possible. So that's it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it, whatever I was able to show you in this one. And if you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you very much.